So here we can see the rough road setup. Here will be a parking space for vehicles. The road will come from the flap on here, across there. I'll keep that open at all times by putting stock on either side. And I can fit a car in here as well. We've got the storage shed, we have room here. So obviously there's 2, 4, 6 spaces we can use here. And then we have one over there. So we have 7 pieces of freight that we can shunt on this with the road work set up in place now. And a little road here that lets the vehicles come in. Go into the fuel depot, or they can go around the top end, come in that way. So there we go, roadway is looking good. Very happy with the dash clay. Using a mix of fine turf and green blends and some dark earth and sand, etc. I like to put down some basic greenery first before I put the ballast in. I feel it's important to kind of build some groundwork up, then have the ballast over the top. So here we have a 2mm scale, N scale brownish blend of ballast. I also use a 2mm N scale greyish blend of ballast, and I also use a double O gauge grey blend, and these are mixed together to create the sort of feel that I'm looking for, especially in the yards. This is the caboose side, and so this specifically gets a certain kind of treatment, and then they'll vary in tone and grades around the loop and in the yards. So I'll leave you to watch me doing this, and I'll put some music on. I now have the new pieces printed off, and they're a far better size compared to the original. So that's the platform side, That's the road side with the window. That's the office side with the stairs and a larger window. And then we have the rear side, and I'm going to use some of the foam board in order to give it some rigidity, and I'll piece that together and we'll see how that looks. So here's version 2 on the layout. Looks a lot better than version 1, doesn't come up as high. You can still see the tunnel and scenery in the background, and it looks a little bit in better proportion to the other buildings that are there, and due to the fact it's an industry it should be a little bit larger. Yeah, I think you'll agree, looks a lot better. Room for the stairs to come in, room for the platform, and room for the staff to get round. So yeah, version 2 is a success. So I've painted up the fibre mould towards the base of the mountains, removed them and got some little kind of brown patches put in between there and the base. So you can see it's looking a lot better, especially when you get some foliage and stuff in there. I've painted the base for the railroad office, that's why it's sat there. And if we pan out and have a look, all the track's been cleaned, hoovered, scrubbed, hoovered, alcohol wiped, and it's ready to have a running session on it. So yeah, and this was the version 1 of the industry, and inside we have version 2, which is far better. As I said, you get more room at the side for the fire exit.